So today I'm going to dedicate this video to the art of persuasion. And so for this, I want to refer back to a special book to me called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Got it right here. I read this book earlier this year. It's by Dr. Robert Cialdini. He's professor emeritus at Arizona State University, which is a great school. And so in this book, he breaks down 6 of the 25 cognitive biases. And so there is reciprocity, commitment and consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity. And so the first one he talks about is reciprocity. I'm not going to go through all 6. I'll just go through the first 2. Cognitive biases. This is very useful for marketing techniques, how to persuade people. And so what it looks like is reciprocity is pretty much you give someone, and as you give, so shall you receive. And so one example from this book is that this religious group, these nuns, will give roses to people, and they would ask for donations in return. And so you give something to someone, and they feel like they need to give something in return to you, even if they don't even like the favor. They just feel the need to give back to you. And so these nuns, they got thousands of dollars in donations just by going to airports and handing people roses. And after they handed people the roses, these people would throw the roses away in the trash, and these nuns would go back and pick up these roses again. It's absolutely crazy, but they reuse them, and they'd keep getting money, and people would donate them. And actually people saw this, the frequent flyers, and they would try to avoid them because they don't want to get sucked into this art of reciprocity. So as you give, so shall you receive. Business technique, you could use it in marketing. And then there's commitment and consistency. And so commitment and consistency looks like if you send someone a piece, a survey in the mail, and so you ask them, do you support pro-life? So do you support no abortion? And then they'll send you some material afterwards regarding, fundraisers against abortion or whatever it may be. And so they're saying that they support this, and then a month later you send them a thing back asking for your money. And since you said that you don't support abortion, then they're going to get money off of that, and you have to remain consistent with your values. So if someone says they're a very loving person, and you somehow get something you want, say it's Christmas time, so they said they're a loving person, you go to them, they give great presents, and whatever it may be, they're going to give you a great present just because, they want to remain consistent with their values. Organized people too, you can see this. If you want to break down a schedule with someone who's really organized, they're going to want to help you, because if they don't help you themselves and help you get organized, then, it makes them look bad. So commitment and consistency, people want to remain consistent with their values that they set down. I know we talked about values in my first video, where I asked the question, what 3 pieces of advice would you give to a newborn baby? And so by me telling you that, I like to listen to people, I love people, hard work ethic, and enjoy the moments, I got to do all 4 of those now, because I know I said 3, but you can go 2 to 4, anywhere around those, your core values. I'm going to try to remain consistent with those. So like I said, these cognitive biases, there's 25 cognitive biases. I described 2. I told you 6 of the 25. And there's also 103 logical fallacies, and all these can be used to persuade people, and it's very powerful stuff. I know if you're in marketing, you want to check this out because it will increase your revenue. I'm telling you, tell me that you've been in an interview and you've told someone that the 25 cognitive biases and 103 logical fallacies, and they won't be interested in who you are. I'm telling you, you're a liar, because that's something that is unique and rare and people do not understand. So if you know those principles, it's going to take you further than you expect. Not to say anything against college, but they're not teaching the cognitive biases and logical fallacies in college. So if you want to get a step up, advantage over the competition, you should definitely check that out. Recommend it. Learn those. I'm learning them myself. I don't know all the 128 principles right there, but I'm definitely on my way to there. And once I learn them all, I'm going to be a monster. So you don't want to go against me. You're going to have to be against me in the world. So if you want to be competitive, you're going to have to beat me. And if I know this, that's one leg up I have against you. So definitely need to know, especially in business, how to influence people, I read this book. Everybody's got to be reading. I talked about consistent practice. I'm reading 0 to 1 right now, and I just finished Relentless, guys. Come on, you got to get on the book game. I'm reading magazines, annual reports, articles, books. So I'm telling you, read, influence people, persuade people. But that's what you got to do. Gain an advantage in the world. And like I said, back to self-learning. That's all part of the self-learning, the reading process. The other 3, mentoring and experimenting, but mainly reading. You want to gain knowledge. And anyways, yeah, that's persuasion. Definitely good concept. Look deeper into it if you need to know how to persuade people, because that's a technique you can use in daily life. You talk to people every day, and that's part of the reason why I want to do the 67-day speaking challenge, is because I need to know how to speak in front of people. Speaking is a valuable skill, and especially if you know the right thing to say at the right time, that these cognitive biases and logical fallacies will help you out. So check it out. Need to know how to persuade people. Have a good night. Merry Christmas as well.